be the talk of not only this town but probably the region. And the military has scaled up rehearsals for the swearing-in of Uhuru Kenyatta as Kenya's fourth president, set for Tuesday next week. The military today staged a mock ceremony in what could be Kenya's most elaborate military display in recent times. KTN's Rita Tinina is in our city center studio with the latest from Kasarani. Rita, you were there the entire day. What did you see?
Well, Linda, come next Tuesday, as you correctly put it there, the country will be witnessing what could well be the most elaborate display by the military in recent times. It will be the second time that the country will be witnessing the handover of power from one president to another. And earlier on in the day, I witnessed the mock exercise that was staged by the Kenya Defense Forces, led by the senior most service, and that is the Kenya Army. And the Kenya Army, the Kenya Air Force, and the Kenya Navy were not leaving anything to chance. Take a look.
As the workmen hammered and chiseled away to get the 60,000-seater Moi International Sports Center in Kasarani ready for the swearing-in ceremony, the Kenya Defense Forces were getting ready for the historic event. Here, it was about military precision, a step-by-step, up-to-the-minute rehearsal of what the country will witness during the handover of power from President Mwai Kibaki to President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta. And it was complete with different officers role-playing the key figures in Tuesday's event. President Mwai Kibaki, who will be the last to arrive after President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta, is expected here at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, sometime after 11 a.m. Kibaki will then proceed to inspect his last guard of honor as head of state. Thereafter, he will return to the main podium to pave way for prayers by leaders from different faiths. Then the handover ceremony will begin. The Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, Gladys Sholei, who will administer the oaths, will invite the Chief Justice, Dr. Willy Mutunga, who will witness the oath-taking. Mutunga will in turn invite the President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta and the Deputy President-elect William Ruto.
Makofi kwa makamu wa rais.
Uhuru Kenyatta will first take the oath of affirmation of allegiance to the Constitution, then the oath of affirmation of execution of office of the President. That will be followed by the signing of the inauguration certificate. The outgoing President Mwai Kibaki will then hand over the instruments of power to Uhuru Kenyatta. A special sword and the country's constitution, which he will wave to the crowds. The brief fanfare will be followed by the national anthem, all 3 stanzas. As the national anthem is played, Mwai Kibaki's presidential standard will be lowered as that of the new Commander-in-Chief Uhuru Kenyatta is hoisted. Sources say Uhuru has settled on a light blue color for his presidential standard, perhaps borrowing something from his late father, Kenya's first president, Jomo Kenyatta. After the change of the presidential standard, the 21-gun salute, which will pave way for the handing over of the white presidential standard to Mwai Kibaki, who will at that moment become former president. Deputy President-elect William Ruto will then take similar oaths before signing the inauguration certificate, and the Guard of Honor will have its first encounter with the new president.
Your Excellency, may I have your permission to march off the Guard of Honor service.
The new Commander-in-Chief will then be invited to make his inaugural speech.
For the next 6 days, the Kenya Defense Forces will be going through the same motions to ensure that come Tuesday next week, everything will be script perfect for the country's historic occasion.
Well, there you have it, Linda. That is exactly what will happen come Tuesday next week. But of course, then we'll have the real players. That is President Mwai Kibaki, President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta, Deputy President-elect William Ruto, the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, Gladys Shole, and of course, Chief Justice Dr. Willy Mutunga. Linda.
Rita, the whole team looks like it's poised for that ceremony that will take place on Tuesday next week. But I understand there's something major really that is going to happen tomorrow. Are you aware of it? What exactly are they planning tomorrow?
Of course, the rehearsals will be going on throughout the remaining days up until Monday next week. But tomorrow, the real dress rehearsal, the full dress rehearsal will be taking place. And that dress rehearsal will be witnessed by the Chief of the Defense Forces, that is Julius Karangi, come tomorrow. And so whatever happens tomorrow will be the full package. The entertainment and also the display by the military will be done tomorrow. Linda.
Rita, I am a Kenyan. I want to take part in this ceremony. Do I just walk in on the 9th and just find a place to sit?
Right now, the committee in charge of that ceremony, next week's ceremony, that is the Committee on the Assumption of Office of the President, is still working on the logistics. What we know is that security will be absolutely tight come next Tuesday. We are yet to get the program of where the public will be sitting. Earlier on in the day, during that rehearsal that you saw there were workmen on the ground trying to put up a big podium where the dignitaries will be sitting. We are also still trying to establish which world leaders have been invited to the ceremony. So as the days progress, maybe tomorrow or the day after, we'll be able perhaps to establish the seating arrangements and who exactly has been invited to that ceremony. But remember, this is a 60-seater capacity stadium, and so we assume, or we guess, that many members of the public will get a chance to attend and witness the historic event. Linda.